It was the last day for firefighters at a Lackawanna fire hall. The Abbott Road Fire Hall closed its doors earlier this morning, just weeks after the state comptroller released a scathing audit of the department's payroll practices. News 4's Emily Guggenmuss joins us now with more. Emily.
Joe, I just got back from the mayor's office, and he says that closing Fire Hall 2 is just temporary, and when it will reopen depends on the firefighters. Mayor Jeffrey Zemansky tells me over the last 2-week pay period, there was 856 hours worth of overtime among the city's 44 firefighters. And get this, 64.5 hours of that came from one individual alone. The Lackawanna mayor calls it excessive abuse of overtime. He says during that 2-week pay period, there were no calls for fires, just EMT calls. The decision was made yesterday, and Fire Hall 2 was shut down this morning. Firefighters from that hall will now report to either Hall 1 or 3. And the mayor says for right now, if 2 or more people call in sick for a shift, Fire Hall 2 will close down. If they don't call in, it will reopen, so it can fluctuate from shift to shift. He added the response time will still remain below the national average.
When the 856 hours was presented to me for overtime, that's when I blew a fuse. We had to make a corrective action immediately, and so we called in the public safety director, the fire chief, and said, this is what's going on. This happened in the last 2 weeks, and we have to change it right now. We are 1 month into our fiscal budget, and it seems like it was business as usual, and we have to make some changes right now.
And the mayor says last year firefighters exceeded the overtime budget by over $200,000. He also tells me that mayors in the past have implemented this same procedure. And News 4's Al Vaughters will continue to follow this story, and we'll have more on News 4 at 5 and 6. Joe?